Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be reviewing a wreck from Mr. Spats, who's sitting around 1200 ELO playing as the Hindustani up against the Camel, and Camel has been super popular. I'm not sure if this is because I put out a few good Camel videos recently and like coachings and whatnot, but Camel has been popular around this ELO range, and honestly it makes sense because I really like the Civ. I think it's the Civ that got like triple buff low-key, like triple indirect buffs, like small buffs but still. And a Civ that was already considered like A+ or S tier. So I think Camel is like a Civ that's kind of like really strong. I wouldn't even say it's overpowered, to be honest, because it doesn't feel like it's completely unfair to play against, but I would just say it's definitely a top tier meta contender at the moment. And I highly recommend picking it up as kind of like a Civ that's not that popular, but it has been picking up in popularity recently from what I've seen. So let's take a look at this replay from Spats. He sent this in. Let me just take a look. I want to see if he sent in some context, because I love reading their context as well to make sure I'm actually like tackling what they want me to tackle. He said, at the end, I did not know what to do. So if you did not, please review this one. Sorry for bothering. Okay, so he said he doesn't know what he did wrong in the end, but he also told me that he climbed 200 ELO since the last rec review, which we did like a month or two ago. So he's got really solid progress. So first of all, congratulations, Spats, on the extra 200 ELO since the last rec review. Or it might have been more. It might have been like 3-4 months at this point, but still a very respectable amount of ELO to gain. And now he's coming back for the second rec review. And let's see how he's going to do. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one here. We're bringing his board 2 on wood. Yeah, very standard. This is the builder I recommend at the moment. It's just the most solid way to play. Come on. Oh, he walked so far. It's unfortunate. Happens to everyone. But that's okay. Now I guess we're going to start luring in some deer. Scouting was solid, but I think I would like to see a little bit more scouting. Like right here with one sheep, just finish scouting that. Because what you'd find is you find your stone. Your map is horrible, by the way, but you have at least a back wood line. What is that mill? Maximum 1 tile, my brother. This is 2 tiles away. It's unacceptable. Also, idling our scout a lot. Going for the second boiler. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit too much idle. It's like 1200 ELO. I expect a bit more from you there. Scout needs to constantly be moving. It's been idle for like a minute there, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world, but definitely something I want to see you do a little bit better. This Dark Age gotta be worked on. No idle TC though. I'll give you that. Don't tell me a double boiler, a double dealer. That might make up for it. Okay, no, going for just the one. Yeah, I tried doing double dealer. I think it's actually the future. We're not ready for that conversation, but I'm not good enough to do it consistently yet. But I am working on it. But in the future, I'm telling you, in the future, if double dealer becomes meta, I called it first. It's not being talked about even. I called it first. I'm gonna stamp that. Okay, the Hera stamp of prediction there. Double dealer is a future meta, but I don't know if it's actually possible. We're gonna have to work on that. Loom and then up 18 pop, or is it 19 pop? Okay, 19 pop, not bad. With Loom, solid build. Not a lot out of time and a pretty decent Dark Age, but can definitely improve on a few things, especially like that deer. You could have probably, with the same time, you could have probably gotten like 2 or even 3 deer in, to be honest with you, okay? Second lumber camp with 5 fills. That's exactly what I recommend. This is good. Again, also idle with the scout again. So this is clearly something you have to work on. By the way, just I also want to give you a practical advice, not just the theory, oh, you should move your scout. What I recommend is that you click your scout somewhere far and then do whatever you want to do, because clearly you're doing a bunch of stuff, right? But let your scout move first. Put more importance on it. When it's moving, now do whatever, you know? But don't keep it idle, fix everything, and then when you're free, then do without to move, because now you're so far away from gathering any intel. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get a barracks down. Very nice. Okay. The house. Okay, your opponent will get a barracks as well. He's also walling up. We don't know any of this though, because we're not scouting him. Yeah, we have a really bad map, by the way. Forward wood. But this is a good way to wall it. I like that. Good. Good reaction there as well. Not letting yourself get bullied. Now we go for a stable. Okay, excellent. Pretty good start. I'm going for scout. Sounds good. Let's take a look. Now we're using the scout more often. It's good. The opponent's also doing some full wall. Also with Camel, by the way, I highly recommend you guys full wall very fast. That's it. It's a side note, especially in scout versus scout. And actually for yourself right now, Spats, I recommend if you're playing against Camel and they're not full walled, I recommend you send spears forward. In this case, this Camel player actually went for a barracks, by the way. I don't know why. But usually when they don't have a barracks, they can't defend against forward spears. But this guy just made a barracks anyway. Sometimes it's okay. He's gonna go to gold. Oh my god. Okay, no. This is not good. I don't know what he's doing. That's fine. I just did a rec review where a guy had a similar issue. He went to gold too early. Very strange, guys. Very strange. Let's see what we go for here. We're gonna make some scouts. Excellent. And here's just about farming fast, yeah? This guy's walling up here. This guy's walling up here. Perfect. 2 villas to wall up our map. Try to wall small. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. As small as possible. Here, here. Then here to the edge of the map or to the wood line would be perfect. Even if your map is bad, I think it's worth walling. It's just a good habit to build up. Excellent reaction there. Wow, excellent reaction. Actually crazy how fast he reacted. We'll fast forward, we'll defend. Yeah, double bits late. Okay, so in this exact situation... Okay, I'm gonna just play a little bit more and then I'll give you a few more seconds. And then I'm gonna catch you on a mistake here. This is a very important one. I need everyone to listen up. I get asked questions about this every single day of my life. I have a question about this, by the way. Okay, not that much, but it's a very popular question. They asked me, Hera, when do you stop making scouts in Feudal? It's a very good question. And for me, this is the perfect solution to it. To play consistent. You full wall with 2 villas like this, sometimes 3, right? This is what I usually recommend. I would never stop making scouts. I would never stop making scouts until I'm full walled in a scout for scout war. And let me tell you why. In this situation, you stop making scouts. You have 4 scouts. You stop making scouts for about a minute now, so you clearly have stopped. If your opponent didn't stop making scouts, he's at 4 as well, okay? But we don't know this. He could have 6 scouts. Now, if he has 6 scouts and you attack him with 4, he appears here with 6. Even if you send your army back, you can't fight him. So then what? You have to make spears, then he can run around you, and then we're taking some damage. But if you keep making scouts until we're fully walled, even if he gets in last second, the most unlucky thing possible, if we send our army back, we can deal with him, we can push him out and then finish the walls. Okay? So this is why, if you continue making scouts until we're fully walled, it's the safest way to play it. Once you're fully walled, then you can decide, okay, I can cut scouts, or if my opponent is still open and I can deal damage, I can continue making scouts and use them offensively, right? So my best take is finish while you're not finished walling, keep making scouts. And by the way, you might think, okay, then I might overproduce scouts. I don't think so. If you have extra scouts, what you can do is use them to hit your opponent's stable and force him to repair with a couple of builds. And oftentimes what you see is they'll make some spears to defend you. And that's how you can use your extra scouts to force your opponent to make some extra army as well, so you're not far behind to Castle Age. I just poured out all my secrets. Holy, I feel like it's a situation where you're talking with like a stranger and they're nice, you just spill all kinds of information that you should never spill. I feel like that's what happened just now. Except you guys are no strangers. You guys are my YouTube AoE2 community. You guys are so dear to me. I'm happy to spill. Keep me talking, guys. Like the video, I say some more. Comment, I'll say some more. I love to say as much as I know to help you guys out. And I had someone the other day come to my stream. He said, I don't know why Hera is helping people get better. He said, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's doing it because he thinks the growth on YouTube is worth giving someone the information to surpass them as a player. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, okay, it's fine. You know that's a mistake, so I'm not gonna grill you too hard over it. But you should run away. Oh, never take a fight that's losing. Always run away. You end up losing an extra 2 scouts, only to trading as 1, and this guy will die as well. Never take a fight that's losing if you can help it. Yeah, so in this case, your opponent made an extra scout, and now he's gonna have map control. So now he's gonna be the guy hitting your stable and such to annoy you. But at least we're gonna be fully walled, or at least we should be, so we shouldn't take too much damage. But that's okay. But yeah, I had a guy the other day, he said, like, maybe Hera's giving away these secrets because it's worth it, like, the YouTube growth is worth the risk of someone overtaking him. And I just found it, like, so interesting that, like, we're looking at this as, like, a complete, like, transactional perspective. Oh god, you have to wall that. But in my mind, I really just started doing it because I have a passion for teaching. Oh, and it was a fun thing to make YouTube videos over. Oh, this is bad. See, this is horrible. This is worst case scenario. Somehow we get the wall down. Holy, that was lucky. But you can see how if you don't wall, your opponent can just get 4 scouts inside your base, which is horrible. Nice. Good, good. Excellent, excellent. So we survived. Now our goal is to pick up the castle. And your opponent is making a bit of a mistake here. He went too stable, and he's not farming fast enough. He went on gold too early. He should already be up to castle, by the way. If he just made the farms faster, And then, he's actually doing a good job there, making the farms now. If he made those faster, like a minute ago, he'd be already up to Castle Age. Or a minute or two ago, he'd be already up to Castle Age. But you did a good job. You did the farms faster, it looks like. We went a little late to gold, but we're going to get up to gold now. And then we can click up to Castle Age. Mark it as our second building, and we're up. So yeah, anyways, the way I see it is like, yeah, obviously, my main reason is I just like to make content to help people get better because of my passion for teaching and whatnot. Second reason is obviously to like, grow the YouTube channel and like to get something back from my time invested. And then how I deal with the risk of people surpassing me. Me personally, I would love for someone to become a top player and then say, oh, I'm a top player because I watched Hera's YouTube videos, or I got some coaching from Hera and he helped me get there. That would actually give me the same amount of satisfaction as me achieving a result. Same amount of satisfaction. I really love for people to achieve something, and then I don't care for them to give me credit. Like, even if they just message me in private, say, yo, like, I achieved this due to your help as a not a teacher, but as someone who likes to do like, coaching and whatnot, that gives me a lot of satisfaction. And as far as someone becoming better than me, I welcome it. If you want to be better than me, that drives the competition forward, and it's going to make the scene more interesting. No problem. Even if you get better with my own advice and tips, I love it. Bring on the more competition. We play ranked together. 10 hours a day. Imagine 10 hours ranked. Me against the guy who's watching my videos. We stream it. I make more videos. Everyone's watching. Everyone's having a good time. I love it. In fact, I wish that would happen. That's what I'm waiting for, guys. Step up your game. What are we, 1,200 spats? What do we say, 1,600 by tomorrow? What do we say? Can you get that many games in? We don't lose. Alright, let's see spats. It's good so far, though. I like that you have, like, a faster Castle Age here. It's not by much, but it's going to be decent. You're going to go 2 stable Camel. Back on topic here. No more fooling around. Opponent's still not walled, by the way. Risky from him. But spats, I like how you handled that bad map. Like, in the end, we have a bad map, but you actually did a really good job setting it up. Now we're in castle, we go for a TC right away. Perfect to start spamming two stable Camel. And next, just a little thing, but why not make it touching the woodline? It doesn't matter, but why not? You're spending your resources like a champ right now. Very good. We have more reds collected as well, so I would say we're winning. The only reason he has more score is his scouting, by the way. Yeah, you have no scouting. He has full scouting. So don't worry about that. Good upgrade. Moving out now, Camel to counter his scouts. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, good fight. Eating everything. Holy, Hindustan, you're insane. Their camels are nothing to scoff at. Continue making camels here. Yeah, we don't stop making the camels, eh? Okay, we're gonna pick up wheelbarrow. We can either go for another TC or a monastery here. We have the choice. A monastery is good for relics, and a third TC is good for villagers. I personally like the third TC at lower levels more. Just I feel like you guys, when you make a monastery, I feel like you guys just like AFK the monks. You guys don't collect relics fast enough, I feel. How's our upgrades on these guys? Okay, pretty good. Bloodlines +1/+1. Wheel is coming in. What did we do? The resources. Yeah, we're making camels. Okay, good. Now we're gonna make some farms. Okay, that's fine. But I really don't like. Okay, this is a small thing, but in this case, you see like we have a lot of farms already. The issue is we don't need more food to keep up production. We already have 2 TC production. You should move on to the next step now. This is how to elevate your game. Like here, it's for me, it's clear we need a 3rd TC because we already had sustaining 2 stable Camel, or like more or less 2 stable Camel and 2 TC production of those. So it should be a clear 3rd TC as fast as possible. You should see the situation is like the longer you stay on 2 TC, unless you're doing 2 TC for like a fast temp or something specific, which is not the case here. The longer you stay on 2 TC, it's basically like idle time. Like your future 3rd TC is idle at the moment. Okay? It's a really good way to think about it. Now you're floating res. That 3rd TC should come yesterday. And the reason I'm being anal about it, by the way, you're still seeing farms. Like, I don't mind if you're idling some res, or you're floating some res, you're playing inefficiently, but this is the core concept. Like, getting to 3 TC is a core concept of every game. And if you're delaying it by 2 minutes every game, you're just leaking so much advantage. And look, we're getting a natural build lead here. Like, a guaranteed 4 build lead that's going to continue growing over time because your opponent is just now getting that 2nd TC. Imagine if you had the 3rd TC already down. You'd be building up that build lead even more. Because a 4 or 5 build lead is not enough to win, but like a 20-30 build lead going into Imp, that's enough to win usually. So we're trying to build towards that. And when you see your game casted like this, by the way, it's like, don't you feel it's so obvious that you should go for the 3rd TC? Now, this is where I say it's the hard part of Age of Empires. It's obvious in theory, but it's hard to do it in practice. So I want you to see this. Think about what you're doing in game, and think about why you're not thinking about dropping that third TC. Excellent. Go pull back with the camel. Now what should you do? Yeah, nice. The intermediate set. Before finding a counter, Monk Siege. Those will deal with a few pikemen easily. So you don't have to like switch to skirms or switch to something to counter pikes right now. Don't worry about it. Just Monk Siege and you're good. And we're still 2 TCs. Unacceptable spats. He's gonna go 3rd TC faster. Or we're gonna lose our lead. Handcart's good. There's no reason to not be on 3rd TC. Alright, sorry about that. We're gonna continue on. Nope, no worries. There's a small break. Heavy plow. Okay, good. 3rd TC. I gotta stay on your case here. Besides that, I like how you're playing though. Getting some scorpions out to deal with the pikes. Monastery is super natural here to heal your camel, convert the pikes, and then pick up relics. By the way, converting the pike is really good in pike fights, because what happens is you convert a pike, and then enemy pikes start hitting that pike, and they hit for like 4 damage. You see? Or like 5 damage. Oh no, 4 damage. It's +1/+1. And so the pikemen take forever to kill the pike that you converted. So that's why, like, monks hard counter pikes in Castage. Hard counter. And this is why I think camel monk or knight monk destroys pike. Especially if you mix in a few scorpions. This is fantastic. By the way, just fight. Tank for the scorpions. Get in front and fight. Good. Nice. Yeah, see, you should never even lose that one. Just fight in front of them. This is perfect. You see how the pikemen, they literally do nothing. I hate early Castage pikemen. It's the worst thing ever. Floating res. You're gonna give me... Dude, I will literally die. I'm losing years of my life watching you guys float this much res. It's truly horrible. And it's like, the worst problem with it, in my opinion, is that like the game would be so much more fun if you guys spent that res. Like, don't you want another 25 camel? Don't you want to just be up to imp with a forward castle right now? You can afford all of that in like literally a minute or two if you just did like the basics a bit better, like get that 30 C down earlier. Because you're doing the good, like the hard part of like fighting. You're doing it really well. You have map control. You're actually winning the game. But you could be like stomping the game, which is where I want to get you guys to be. Good. Back up. He's got monks behind a wall. Best case scenario, he's AFK. We break in. We kill 4 pikes and 2 monks. Then what? We have 10 camels. We're not ending the game with this. Pull back. It's annoying as shit. He's converting us. Repairing. Screw it. Pull back. Spend this. This is way more impactful. It's way more impactful. This is 2,600 wood and 1,500 food needs to be spent. And if we're now getting a castle, he's got more villas. I'm so sad with this. I really want to put a lot of emphasis because you're doing a great job with the military play and the decision making, and even with your feudal age, but your economy back home has not been good at all. It's definitely where you need to improve at. Nice. University here. We can buy 100 stone, even drop a 3rd and 4th DC right away. And the impressive part is that you handled your bad map to perfection. Break the walls now, TC here. And don't be afraid to break walls in castles, especially like on this side. Break walls, TC here. Your map is bad, but like I would TC here and TC here, and just like 4 TC at the back. And then I'd castle here, and then like I'd expand with the castle here, and maybe some outposts down the center, and then the military production building here to fill the space. And God, I feel like I'm an interior designer or something, like planning at a home. But yeah, that's how I play the map here from here on out. This 2TC stuff, you have to cut it out of your game. Even if you were staying 2TC to get the military out, after like 2 minutes, like to prioritize like a monastery or something, which you didn't, but even if you would, it would be like 2 minutes later, then you get a TC. Like you're not staying on 2TC unless you're playing a 2TC fast than Arbalest or something like that. But nonetheless, let's see. I mean, it's not like it's horrible. Well, it is horrible, but it's not like it's unwinnable still. It's 1200 ELO at the end of the day. It's really a battle of who makes the least amount of mistakes. That's a good way to look at it, by the way. I don't know if you guys are thinking like that, but at any ELO below like below 3000, any ELO below like let's say like 2200, 2400 even, it's just a battle of who makes the least amount of mistakes. And so, for example, this is a perfect example of a mistake, Spats. We're up to imp. We made it 2 minutes and a half, 30 seconds to go. Then we can get some upgrades. What do? We waste all of our army. Fantastic. See what I mean? showing the YouTube audience what a mistake looks like. Spat's such a good guy. Did that on purpose to show you guys what a mistake looks like. And so obviously I don't have to say why that's bad. That you need to get it into your system. If you're waiting for him, you gotta wait for the upgrades. But a bigger problem is really just us being on such low pop now. 88 pop to 115. He's got more builds. He's only on 3 TC. He's got 20 more builds. And look at the res collected. We're up 5k. Despite everything, we're up 5k res. But he's gonna close that gap now because he's got extra 20 builds. So we'll check back on that in a few minutes. But heavy camel coming in. It's a good. Heavy camel skirm is usually a really good comp here. Hope you get to that. At least we continue making builds off 2TC. That's something. We've got a way faster imp as well, by the way, which is good. This is a good fight under your castle. Yeah, that's actually really good. Opponent is kind of not like making a mistake. He kind of has to do this, but he's taking some bad trades. And you're counter-attacking him here, which is nice. If we just had more of this, we'd be in a good position. Even here, like 2,000 wood that has to be spent, 1,250 stone that has to be spent. The rule is 1,000 resources. If you're not saving for Imperial Age, you should spend it, unless you're 200 pop. Like even if I was recovering from an opponent, they'd be like, spam units, spend your res. Same thing. Good job getting all upgrades though, on economy and doing well with military too. Grabbing it. Good. One getting some trebs in exchange. Camel. Okay, okay. Once we get camel, as soon as we see a counter, like our opponent's getting halb. We don't see halb yet. As soon as we see halb on the field, we gotta go for a secondary unit, which is usually a trash unit that counters whatever we need or whatever our opponent's going for. So if our opponent's on halb and we're on camel, that kills like literally everything except halb. We get skirmisher, which kills halb. If he goes like heavy scorpion, camel dies to heavy scorpion, then we get what? Hussar. Or a bomber cannon, something like that. Something that can counter the heavy scorpion. So like bomber cannon Hussar would be like the transition, for example. Alright. Winning the trap war, very good. Alright, it's been a few minutes. We check back. We're only up 3,000 res now. See that? We lost a difference of 2,000 res. Just so our opponent has more builds. We didn't lose anything, right? We're just losing 2,000 res. In comparison to our opponent, I mean. And we're destroying the fight. I mean, you did a great job. Fully upgraded Hindustani Camel. It's fantastic. Now maybe we go for forward castle. Forward castle on this hill is supernatural. By the way, when I say supernatural, I don't mean like supernatural one word. I mean it's very natural. It's a logical and natural choice. That's what I mean. I need to change my vocabulary there a little bit. Yeah. It's a very natural move, there we go, to go for a forward castle here. 4,000 wood, I mean, let me give you some ideas on how to spend it. So first of all, here, you make a TC on this side, you take a few bills, you make a TC on this side, then you take these 10 bills, mill, 10 farms, and right away you spend 1,500 wood. And then you can sell another 1,000 wood at the market, and there you go, you fixed your economy. But only selling is usually bad, because now you tank the price of wood and... this is good. Production bonus is good. Going skirms is good. Now that you fully upgrade the camel, you're only missing Imperial camel, so I would get the Imperial camel upgrade, and then right away, if you see the halbs, so you know you need a counter, this is the perfect time to just get skirms. Perfect time. And you're already making the ranges, so I'm actually quite optimistic. Okay, Hussars in the field. And this is what I want to avoid, like taking fights against halbs. I know how this feels, because I used to do the same thing. And you're going hand cannoneer. I think I have to make a video about this. I think I have one. That's the thing. But you're making comp one gold unit, one trash unit, and one siege unit that's good against buildings. That's all it is. Because if you go hand cannoneer, I don't mind the double gold comp, but then we're going to be tight on time to end the game. So I don't mind hand cannon. I think it's not a mistake inherently. I just hope that you're going to be ready to end the game fast. And it's hard because you guys also don't expand to take the other resources. So you're going to be super tight on gold right now. Cannoneer out. The bot cannoneer coming out. Okay. You don't have ballistics getting raided here. You don't actually have to be getting raided here. You can get a castle here. You have the stone for it. So it feels a lot like your biggest mistake so far is actually just not getting your pop-up fast enough and not spending your res. Two biggest mistakes so far. You're making the right unit, you're fighting correctly, you're actually winning like the Treb War and whatnot. Lacking some killer instinct, not going for the forward castle, but not spending your resources and playing on a lower pop has been your biggest killer so far. And I'm really impressed, like 122 builds on only 2 TCs. But it's bad to be only on 2 TCs because now you start getting raided. If you drop 20 builds, it's gonna take you forever to make them back on 2 TC. That's why I like to be like 4 TC in late game. Something like that, you know? Unlucky. And now look, our opponent is 200 pop. He's spamming. You have a better comp. You have double gold comp. Hand Cannoneer Heavy Camel is objectively better than Halb Hussar. Objectively. No one can argue this. Especially Khmer Halb. They're lacking like last armor and squires, I believe. So, especially Khmer Halb. No one can argue that your comp is worse. But I suspect you're still going to get overrun. Because you're operating at 70 pop less than your opponent. So you have 40 plus less. He's now almost caught up in rest collected, by the way. Keeping an eye on that. You know how much 70 units is? Like, let's say 60 units. On my screen right now, I have 9 Hussar, 29 health. So I have 40 units on my screen. He has an extra 20 over you on the field. Think about how crazy that is. You kill his full army. It looks like he wasted it. He has another 2 exactly like that over you. And whether that's in the form of villagers that are gathering the res, or that's in the form of army, it's irrelevant. He will have, now he's got 40 pop more than you. So all of this army, 50 Halb, 5 Hussar, he's got double this on the field over you right now. Only because we're not operating at 200 pop. You see how bad it is? So he can send this in and suicide it, and you think, oh, wow, this guy's so stupid, I'm winning. And you're still losing. Because he just has more than you. He's going to go Halb Hussar Siege Ram, which I wouldn't consider a very good comp, but it's quite decent. It's actually like not horrible. It's just that your comp is double gold comp with Hindustani. It is better. Getting Hussar out now. And Hussar Hand Cannoneer is a good comp too. If you want to play down that route, that route, it's not bad either. I don't mind it. It's also like 1 gold unit and 1 food unit. So it's quite good. In that case, you need the Shatagni, the golden crown. Give them extra 2 range. Very good. I feel like a siege ram push is going to be pretty killer here. Again, good trades, but we have 40 pop less. He beat us in rest collected, look at that. Which is normal because he's Khmer, but we're 40 vills down, like, or 30 vills down constantly, which is the reason why he's getting it. Yeah, big fight incoming. And this is a situation where we should win the fight, but we're down 50. 50 units. All of these halves, he just has, this whole army is extra. He has extra pop. Oh, and we're also taking the fight poorly. Camels are fighting the halves. Hand cannon fighting the Hussar. This is the worst case scenario for us. Should be the opposite. Now the siege ram's gonna be coming in. He's also tech heavy scorpion now. He's got a lot of siege coming in. Hope we can hold this. Gotta spam some more units. It never hit. We didn't even hit like close to 200 pop this game. And it will be overrun. The siege ram are coming. You're gonna get overrun. 140 pop for us. It's only been about population this game. And again, you're taking the fight well. There's not much more I could expect from you. Hand cannon to the back, castle to snipe the Scorp, kite down the Halb. This is good gameplay. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're playing perfectly. You could do a few things better, but I can't expect that much more in the military farm. You're doing fantastic. A couple upgrades missing, but besides that, you're doing fantastic. But you feel like you're struggling because you're just not doing yourself any favors. And we have 0 expansion because when you have less builds, you don't feel the need to expand. So this gold and the stone, it could have been all yours, but now probably your opponent will come expand and take it because you're just not there yourself. Opponent has 80 pop more than us. 19 Hussar, 18 Halb, or 16 Halb. Just to show you how much 80 pop actually is. Like all this huge army that he's got here, it's not even close to being 80 pop. And now we're just gonna get rolled. I can probably fast forward the rest of the rack. If you don't fix the pop situation, then nothing will change. Yeah. Fighting well, hand cannon, hiding perfectly. You cleared the whole army, and it just doesn't matter. And I hope you can see why it doesn't matter now. Fast forward the rack. The destruction of Spat. No! GG well played. Respect though. Dropping the well played. So kind of you. Love to see that sportsmanship. Yeah, GG well played. And you did well in a lot of departments as well. You did very well, in fact. But in other departments, you had some clear weaknesses. And I really hope, I'm going to be like brutally honest with you now, you will absolutely not climb from 1200 if you keep those mistakes. All right? You will be hard stuck. So 1,000 games later, if you didn't get this rec review, 1,000 games later, oh man, Hera, what should I do with Hindustani vs. Khmer? I just lost to Halb Hussar. Hussar is so broken, man. You know, 1,000 games later, if you didn't get this rec review, you'd be thinking like that. Because you don't know what your mistakes are. With this rec review, I'm telling you, you will be hard stuck if you don't fix this. There's a lot of people outside that are exactly like you, outside this video, that are exactly like you. They play these games day in, day out. They don't know what they do wrong. They don't know that they're 80 pop behind. And they think they're losing because the guy made Siege Ram. Or because the guy had a nice comp of like Khmer Scorpions. You know, Hera made a video, the Scorpion's broken. Or something random, like they think like, oh, I had a bad map. You don't even realize when you're in game that you're behind 80 pop and how important and how substantial that is. And just how impactful it is to be down so much pop consistently. Opponent ends with 10k more res collected. We had 5k more than him going into Imp. Alright? So I hope this really helps you fix these bad habits. And if you do fix them, I'm sure after that you'll start climbing. And you'll see it yourself. You'll start climbing. You don't even have to ask me anything. If you fix those, you'll start climbing yourself. And yeah, I hope this rec review was helpful. I hope it wasn't too harsh, Spats. You dropped a GG well played. You look like a really nice guy. I've had a good interaction with you. I want what's best for you. I hope you can see that. And on the YouTube comments, don't think I'm being too harsh. If you think I'm being too harsh, tell me in the comments. Hera, you need to be nicer, man. You're being so rude. You're such an elitist. People like that word. Hera, you're such an elitist. You have no respect for us noobs. You can tell me in the comments about that. I don't mind. It's fun. It's fun to read it, especially if I know you guys are trolling. But no, it's Spats, for real. I have your best interest in mind. I hope you can get better, and I hope people on YouTube can learn from this. Stop being hard stuck with these same mistakes. If we go back to the map one last time, if we have an extra 80 pop ourselves, instead of playing at like 120 to 140 pop, we're playing at 180 to 200 pop. We'd have an extra like 60 to 80 pop on the field. That means 30 vills here, occupying this whole area. Castle, TC, 30 vills. That's a whole town. And that means 30 extra military. Sustained by those 30 vills, you see? So it's an extra 60 pop, military and economy on the field at all times. It would make the game so much easier. And it gives you expansion. It makes the game flow so much nicer. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Spats, I hope you learned from this game. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Before I let you guys off, though, friendly minded, check out my Twitch link, link in the description for the live stream, and my Patreon link for all the guides and content on how to get better. Spats, at the end of the day, despite all the mistakes he pointed out today, he raised his elo by 200 points in just a span of a few months, and you guys can do the same with my Patreon. Links to both Twitch and Patreon in the description below. Check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, and stay safe.